Hey everyone, Brian here with Roofer Marketers. Today I'm just going to take you through and do basically a complete video walkthrough of how to set up your Google My Business listing um, in your dashboard and how to perfectly optimize it. So it'll give you a better chance to rank in Google search results for major keywords like, for example, roofing company Chicago or something like that. This is a major step, and basically everything that revolves around your company on Google revolves around your Google My Business listing. So if you don't have one of these set up, you need to, and if it's not properly optimized, you need to do that as well, because this is the first, and major step towards, making yourself visible online. If you type in, for example, let's do this, for example, New Edge Improvement Roofing. If we just type in their brand name, you'll see that this little knowledge panel, that this is called the knowledge panel on the right, this is basically everything within their Google My Business listing. And I'm going to show you how to fill that out properly, but if you don't have if you don't have a Google My Business listing, this isn't going to show up, and other people, people that are typing in your name on Google, won't find you easily, at least, and you won't have all this information available to them, so they can quickly make a decision and give you a call. Also, it doesn't give you, and like I said, it doesn't give you the ability to rank in these map packs, which is where this is the best return on your investment if you're going to invest in SEO for marketing or anything like that. If you can get yourself ranked in this map pack for major keywords, like, roofing company Chicago, there's thousands upon thousands of searches for that. Um, you know, these three pop up first. What do you think a visitor that's searching is going to do? They're probably going to click on one of these versus scrolling down here, or even against the ads. A lot of people don't even you know look at the ads. Some people just bypass them completely. 60% of all clicks will go to this three map pack. So you want to be able to get in here, and the only way to do that is to set up your Google My Business listing properly. So that being said, if you don't have a Google My Business listing yet, go to google.com/business, and it'll take you to this page, and just click Start Now. You'll just have to input your business information. It's very simple. Your name, your hours. We can show you how to set everything else up afterwards, but then they'll have to verify it for you, which means they'll send a postcard to your address, and then you'll need to verify a PIN number that comes on the postcard. So it's very simple. It's free. Just go do it if you haven't done it already. That said, now most people already have a Google My Business listing set up. If you do, we're going to show you here how to optimize it properly. If you don't have it optimized properly, you're really going to be shooting yourself in the foot, and you're going to hurt your chances of ranking when it comes to getting in that map pack. So that said, this is what if you log into business.google.com, you can go to your dashboard. This is what it looks like on the home page. It's going to look like this. You're going to see your reviews. You're going to see insights, performance. You're going to see your latest posts that you can create, and I'll show you how to do all that stuff in a second. And then if you go down to on the left-hand side here where it says Info, this is the most important thing to fill out right away. So I'm going to show you, what we do when it comes to any clients that we take on and how it needs to be properly optimized. So that said, first things first, make sure the name of your roofing company is correct. They have their roofing company name in here. Make sure that matches everything else on the internet. And then the next most important part, and you can edit that by just going like this, put in your business name. Then the next most important thing to do is the categories. This is the one where we see the biggest issue and why people are wondering why they aren't ranking. If you're a roofing contractor and you don't have roofing contractor, when you click on this, it'll open up this dialog box with all these options to put in categories. For this particular client, Prominent Construction, they do a lot of things in the home improvement space, but roofing is their primary business and what they're most concerned about. So if you're a roofer, you better make sure that your primary category is roofing contractor. If you have just general contractor or any type of other category as your primary category, you're never ever going to rank for roofing company Chicago or wherever city that you're in. You never get a chance because it's just not going to happen. If you look at these 3 listings, they all say roofing contractor, and it makes total sense. Everyone is a roofing contractor. You're not going to see a siding contractor or someone else ranking for these top keywords. It's just not going to happen, at least in most of the competitive areas. So again, make sure that you have your primary category as roofing contractor. It's so important. Additionally, if you do other things like siding or insulation or windows or gutter guards, gutter cleaning, we put gutter cleaning here because that's the only option there is. There isn't anything regarding gutters really except for that. So that's anything gutter related, I would put gutter cleaning service. And then we do put general contractors because they do general contractor things. But that said, if you do these other things and you want to rank for, not only roofing but siding stuff, you need to make sure you have these categories in here. You can add another category. You can search for anything. I mean, siding. I mean, everything is in there. Remodeling. If you do any of that sort of stuff, deck, builder, make sure that's in there. But most importantly, if you're a roofer, make sure your primary category is roofing contractor, okay? Next up, this is another very important part. I would say the category section is one of the most important parts, but the location areas served in your address is the second most important part. First off, make sure your address is verified. You would have done that with your postcard. And then what you need to remember, and this is I know most roofers are on the road a lot. They don't usually, a lot of them don't even have offices, but we have seen and tested a lot of different Google My Business listings. If you have an office or even if you have a house that you work out of, make sure your street address is listed properly. And when it says, I deliver goods and services to my customers at their location, yes, you're going to click yes because you do. You're a roofer, so you go out to people's houses and you do their roofs. But that said, there's a little checkbox down here, and I'll come up to this section again. But it says, I also serve customers at my business address. Your address will be hidden from the public if this box isn't checked. We always check this box. Even if you don't necessarily have an office, it hinders your ability to rank from what we've seen in that map pack. So I would highly recommend checking this box, no matter if you have an office, if you work out of an office in your house, anything like that. Make sure this box is checked. It's very important. If you don't do it, it's not going to show your address, which if you're in your home, that's might be something you want, but it's also going to hinder your performance in being able to rank in these search results. And then my business delivers goods and services to customers within this area. Yes, you do that. We just check that up here. Make sure you put a reasonable radius. I've seen people put 100 miles, which is fine. You might be able to do that, but it's going to hurt you in the long run because Google's just going to see, that you're basically trying to, they'll think of it as like spamming the map, that you want to just rank for everywhere. You're never going to rank, in this, for example, if you're, look at this map, St. Cloud is way up here in the left corner. If we put 100 miles up here, see how far it expands? That's like whole state of Minnesota. You're never going to rank in St. Cloud if your office location is near Minneapolis. So it's not even worth doing. I would put a reasonable radius. In this case, they go out about 22 miles. We did this based on, we asked them what kind of cities they would go out to. So I would do a reasonable radius, 20, 30 miles, 50 maybe, but you can always go further. But with your Google My Business listing, I would only do it up to like 25 max. So just something to think about. It'll also help you long term with your rankings. All right, so make sure that that is filled out properly. Again, check the box, click yes, make sure the proper address is in here. And then remember, this address needs to be the same on everything across the internet. So if you have a different address here compared to, maybe your address on, I don't know if you have a Home Advisor listing or Yelp or something like that, or if you're on the BBB, make sure the address matches, because if it doesn't, you're going to have an issue with getting ranked. All right, so down here, now we have 2 phone numbers in here. always put your primary phone number. Since we're in a marketing company, so we do put a tracking phone number in here just so we can track the number of calls that are coming in. As long as their full phone number is in here and an additional phone, it doesn't really hurt them across the internet. But always for your phone number, put your primary phone number, put whatever is your standard business line. Don't put anything different. Don't put a sales rep cell phone or something like that. It's not going to help you at all. You need to make sure, again, that if you're typing in your brand name across the internet, that phone number is standard across the internet. We don't want different phone numbers. So again, make sure this is correct and double check. Website. Make sure you have your website in here. If you don't have a website, that's going to be an issue. These days it's going to be very hard to rank again in this 3-pack without a solid website or even just a one-page website. But you need something there. If you don't have a website, say goodbye to your chance of being able to rank. But at least you'll still come up when people type in your brand name. Appointment URL, we always put in where the customers on the website might submit an estimate. So we go to prominentconstructionllc.com and we go to free estimate. This is normally where people will fill out this form in order to submit a request for an estimate. If people are coming from your Google My Business listing, and I'll show you an example. We go Prominent Construction LLC. You go to appointments. From here, they can just click here and it'll take them right to this estimate page. Therefore, then they don't have to search through your site to find how to contact and request an estimate. Just an easier way to do it. I'd highly recommend doing that as well. Services. This is a new category or a new feature on Google My Business. So if you set up this business account a little while ago, you may not have gotten the chance to fill this out yet. Again, something highly recommended. It's telling Google, it's giving them signals on the types of services that you perform. If you don't do that, I mean, it's going to be hard for anybody to know what you're doing. And at times we've seen these services pop up in this knowledge panel. I think they'll become more prevalent here in the coming future. But make sure you're filling this out. And what you can do, and you'll see in here, we did the different types of roofing they do. So they do residential, and then we had roof replacement, asphalt, cedar shake, metal, and then we have types of commercial roofs they do. They also do siding, so we have the different types of siding that they offer, gutters, insulation, windows. So all you have to do is hit Add Section. You can title the section. This would be the name of the entire section. So in this case, for example, again, say you do residential roofing. So we'll do residential roofing. And then the types of items you might do might be the different types of roofs that you install, or it could also be the types of service. So for example, roof repair, you can do the item description. Usually there's not going to be a price unless you want to put something in there, but make sure you fill this out thoroughly. It's going to help you again, just get you a little more up there in Google's eyes, and make sure they know exactly what you do, especially if you don't have a page for each one of these on your site. I would highly recommend filling this out completely. Alright, so we've done all that. Attributes, you don't really need to worry about this unless you're a woman-led company. They do have that option. Sometimes there's other attributes in there, but it's not a major ranking factor. This is a new one as well. It's now you can write a brief description of your business. So what we do is you're allowed 750 words. In this case, what we like to do is we like to highlight the benefits of the company and the services they perform. And where they serve. This is not an opportunity to spam keywords. Google does not like that, and we've seen some SEOs and other roofing companies do that. It's not going to help you. It's probably going to hurt you, if anything. I don't want people going in here and just typing roofing company Chicago, and then put comma, Chicago roofing contractor, and just putting tons of keywords. That's not going to help you. It's going to hurt your rankings, if anything. What you need to do is be subtle, describe a little bit about your roofing company. Prominent is a top-rated roofing contractor in Minneapolis, so do include your city. That will help to give Google a little more relevance to your location, but don't mention it again. You don't need to mention it 5 times. We specialize in this types of roofing, siding, etc. We're proud to serve customers in the Twin Cities Metro with the best possible customer service. We're very simple on these. You could put some highlights of, maybe why people enjoy your services, etc. But just be, descriptive enough, but don't be spammy, I guess you could say. Just say what you do and why people are happy with the work that you've done. So again, make sure that's filled out though. If you don't fill this out, again, you're hurting your chances of ranking. So just do it. It doesn't take that long, and it's a good thing to do. So opening date, very easy to do. You put 2015 or 2010 or whenever you opened. It's not a big one again. Some people will put it, some people won't. I don't, sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. Add photos. So this is a big one. You'll see we added a lot of photos for these people, for this client of ours, mainly because, one, photos help with rankings. Secondary, people that are looking at your listing, they get the opportunity to see your photos, and it's the first thing that comes up. So if you have pictures of projects that you've done, maybe awards that you've won, before and after pictures of work, make sure you're putting in your logo, your profile picture. All of this stuff is very important. So make sure you're going through each one of these categories. You can see here they have videos. We have a video that we uploaded for them. Interior is typically going to be your office. Sometimes we'll do that, sometimes we don't. I mean, a lot of roofers, again, don't have big offices, so you might just want to put a picture, something that's in there. Again, in this case, we put our website and stuff like that. Exterior, this is typically outside of office, but we just put a ton of pictures about, the work that we did at work, our team. Identity, this is a very big important one. Your logo is going to be the one that comes up when people type in your name and go to the map pack. You'll be able to see all these pictures again, and all your information, stuff like that. So make sure your logo's in there. Oops. Profile picture, we typically just use a logo again. And then cover photo, again, just make sure it's a picture of a project or something that's representative of the roofing industry or whatever industry that you're in. So what we typically also like to do, and this is kind of a little secret of the trade, is when we upload these photos, what we like to do is we like to make sure, so for example, I'm just going to drag this over here. This is a video, but on my desktop over here. So you'll see up here in the right corner, I'm gonna name this photo. If this was a photo, in this case, it's not. But if this is a picture of like a cedar shake roof, I'm gonna call this file name cedar shake roof, or something like that. It's not a huge ranking factor, but we've seen it affect results. If you can upload photos and name them what they are, or tell a little bit about the photo, Google will understand that, yeah, you're uploading pictures of roofing. It makes you seem more relevant. Makes you seem more relevant on what you're doing. So again, if you can upload these photos, your logo photo, make sure it's called the name of your brand, Prominent Construction. You might just call these different, like asphalt roof job. A job we did in Minnesota. You can put locations. Again, don't be spammy with it, but name the photos, name the photo file names, what they're about, essentially. It's very important to do that. So I would highly recommend doing that. It's not going to hurt you, and it probably will help you, if anything. All right, so next, what we're going to do, let's go up to this dialog box called Reviews. Now, reviews are super important, and they're just another part of your Google My Business listing. As you can see here, you type in their business name, and this you typically won't see most of the time, but what you will see is this reviews. And again, if we go to roofing company Chicago, go back to Google, what's the thing that stands out the most? Reviews. And these guys, 15 5-star reviews. I'm going to check them out. They're first in the map pack. It looks like they have really good reviews. These guys down here, 5 reviews, lower score, so it doesn't look as appealing to me. So this is why it's so important for click-through, for people to actually get to your website. If you have good reviews, you're going to be more likely to get those clicks from visitors. Click here. it's going to take you to this map, and again, you'll get the opportunity to actually read all the reviews if we scroll down here. This is a big thing. It's going to come up many times, and people are actually going to read these reviews, likely even before they call you or even visit your website. So make sure you're submitting a link to get reviews for your customers. If you did a great job on a roof or a project, send the customer a request to get a review on your Google My Business listing. Very easy to do. I'll actually show you an easy way to do it. So if you go to Google and you type in White Spark Review Generator, and I'll put this in the article as well. This first, it's this one here, Google Review Link Generator. So it's called whitespark.ca/Google Review Link Generator. Again, I'll put the link in the description here. But what you can do, it's very easy. You come down here to enter a location, you just find your business. So in this case, Prominent Construction. There we go, right there. It's going to find them. And down here it says, here's your review link. And you can just hit this button to copy it. And this is what you can send to your customers. I'll show you, if your customers click on it in an email or something, it's going to take you right to their review page. And that's where we'll be able to review them. You can do 5 stars, and they'll be able to tell you how they did. And that's what's gonna show up here in this 58 Google reviews. I mean, they have a lot of reviews, and that's a lot for people to read and know that they're trustworthy. It's something that you just need to do. So I would highly recommend doing that. Make sure you get as many reviews as possible. Worst case scenario, at least get 1 or a few. You're only going to get these stars showing up, and I'll kind of show you an example here. Let's see if we can find a company that, so for example, this guy, James Roofing Co., no reviews. See how their listing doesn't stand out compared to everybody else around them? Are you more likely to click there or on any one of these? Probably on any one of these with the stars. So make sure you're getting high ratings, and make sure you have reviews on your Google My Business listing. They're going to show up here in your dashboard. Another thing to really show Google that you're active in your Google My Business listing, and also show your customers or potential customers that you're active, is to reply to the reviews. All the reviews will show up here, and you can actually just hit reply right here, and then you inside your business dashboard can say thank you. It was a pleasure working with you, etc. Post reply. You have no idea how awesome that is to see customers that are viewing your potential services and seeing that you actually take pride in the good reviews that you're getting. Now, not only with good reviews, but if you get a 1-star review or 2-star reviews, make sure you respond to those reviews. At least it shows that you care, and people will see that. Don't respond critically or harshly. Say, we're very sorry that we couldn't, help you to the best of your ability. If there's anything we can do, please call us, etc. Make it look like you really care, and hopefully you do really care. But that's going to help you a ton. In not only the Google search results, but also for prospective leads and customers that are reading your reviews, on Google right here. All right, so we're making our way through here. We got the info section done, reviews. There's only a couple other things I'd recommend doing here. Posts. So this is a new feature again for Google My Business, but it's actually a huge conversion and lead generation source for what we've seen a lot of the roofing companies that we work with, and for a lot of different people, mainly because it does show up so prominently now. What I'm going to do again, let's see here, let's type in let's go to, hopefully we find prominent here, so roofing company, roofing contractors, Minneapolis. Alright, so we got, here's another added bonus, and again, I can go through this with you. So here's prominent, the people we were just talking about. They're ranked first for, roofing contractors, Minneapolis. They also have an ad in the map pack. Once you have a Google My Business listing set up, this is an added bonus. If you run Google AdWords, you can actually slide your listing into this map pack even if you don't rank. But in this case, they have the top 2 spots, which is awesome. So they're getting like half the visibility in this map pack. I think they're up here too. Yeah, they're right here. So they have a good amount of real estate, showing for this keyword. But that said, you can slide even if you don't rank for this term, if you start running ads right away, you can actually just slide into the first spot. There's a very little thing that says ad, but a lot of people just don't see that, and we see a lot of people calling because of these ads. But that said, what I was actually trying to show you here is if we click on prominent here on the first one, it's going to take you again to this map pack area. And this first listing, this is that Google post right here that we just uploaded. What we use this as a lead generation technique. What we did is uploaded a video, so they have a pretty cool video here, and then we have their offer. So their offer is up to $2,500 off new roofs. It's like up to 10% depending on the price, but this stands out very prominently. If people are searching through these reviews, what do you think? That's gonna attract my attention. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to always make sure these posts in here have something with an offer, because it's just going to get you that many more likes. I mean, these people have nothing here. Prominent has this $2,500 off. I'm probably going to click there. So again, make sure you're writing posts often, and make sure that they have to do with like an offer or something that can help out the customer. So that said, that should be a lot of information for you guys to take in on optimizing the perfect Google My Business listing. Again, make sure you fill out everything completely. It's going to help you get ranked, and it's going to help you in the long haul. So from there, then it's all about the SEO on the website. But if you don't do this, you're not going to start somewhere. So make sure you give yourself a good chance to rank in that 3-pack for the keywords that you want to rank for. Any questions, put them in the comments. Thanks for listening today, guys.